welcome. My name is Ricardo Fernando and Sonia Juan. So the first thing that we want to share with you is a disclaimer. So I work in Nokia. Sonia worked at Nokia until last year.
Until last year.
Yeah. So here we are not doing any type of publicity of Nokia. Okay. Safe, Scrum, Kanban, nothing. Okay. We are only share our opinions and
sharing our experience.
Stories.
Most of it.
Yeah. So this is a disclaimer. Okay. So before I want to talk about the history of Nokia. Okay. First, Nokia is not by phones. Okay. Please, if you have a Nokia, don't ask us because we have also is not here two people that work at Nokia. There are more people here that work in Nokia. We don't know how to resolve your problems, please. I already received LinkedIn a message. Ricardo, I'm very happy with Nokia. Thank you. It's my best phone ever. Okay, thank you. Okay, Nokia is not only phones. Okay, don't forget that. Please. Yeah, you can.
So a little bit, just a small context of the history of the Nokia and how it fits on our journey. Nokia has a history of 150 years of history, and the first business of Nokia was a paper mill near the Nokian Vitra river. They had lots of different products, especially in times of the war, when they were a partner for and a supplier, supplier for telecommunications, which was then the first products they started to sell. During that history, of course, they have, and everyone knows Nokia about, and the brand of the Nokia is around the mobile phones, but they really have a huge, they were huge affected by the Apple phones, and then had a great decline on that business. Once again, Nokia has to reinvent itself, and they lost and sell their business of mobile phones to Microsoft, as you know, and started to focus on the networks. And this is the brand and the core of the Nokia nowadays. So, regarding, I don't know if you have some
Yeah.
Just to have a context. Sorry.
Yeah. So one thing that we want to share with you guys is, well, Nokia, it's not phones, and each time instead of we see the problem, we see an opportunity to do something, change something. So Nokia now nowadays are facing a new challenge. Try to be Nokia, a big brand again. So this is a big challenge, and our journey will help how Nokia is facing that. Okay.
I will talk about a little bit about my time in Nokia, which started in Siemens in 2006 in the R&D department. And that time, as you all know, probably in this room, at that time most of the projects were running with the waterfall methodologies, which means that we had around 3 months of specification, then we had design specification, which it was a crap for me because I was a software development and I had to put all my classes into paper, which it was really paper because we were using words and then we print out to see how the project it will be done. Then we had the customer documentation right before we even start testing. The implementation then started, integrations. Then we had the testing phase, and then the ones that everyone knows about it and probably have lived on, which is panic phase. And this panic phase, it was a common phase of all the projects that was extended to just test it and integrate it in the final one. During the joint venture that occurs in 2007, it was a clash of cultures. At this time, there was a carve-out from Siemens and from Nokia in the networks part, and they had a joint venture. And it was a clash of culture because Nokia was already starting to implementing Scrum since 2005. In this joint venture, the culture that started to become the culture, the company culture, was the Nokia culture. At this point, the great difference about the strategy was about Scrum certifications. I don't know if you know this name, the Craig Lerman. You know who it is? So Craig Lerman is the co-creator of LeSS, large-scale Scrum, and he started the experience of large-scale Scrum in Nokia with another coach there. And this was the strategy during 2007, and I will talk about a little bit about how was my experience during this culture strategy implementing Scrum over the very rigid and culture of based on documentation and everything very properly defined that was in Siemens. So between these 2 years, right after the joint venture, I was a software developer, Java software developer, in a project. It was home entertainment solutions. It was specifically the IPTV project. This was a problem that Nokia Siemens wanted to solve at that time. That was the time to market. They didn't have any product to the market ready to go, so Nokia Siemens bought a project already done with thousands of bugs because it was a small company that was developing it, and we started to mount it all teams like. This is just round numbers. It was around more than 200 developers and testers, around 20 managers. We started to build our project into functional teams. So each team was responsible for each part of the product. For instance, the back office part, the layout part, the firmware part, and we started good practices that we now know nowadays that it is the basis of a good project in taking several good practices like code review, web-based control systems, and unit testing that was in existence at that time. During this path, Agile Coaches was a key to this transformation, to helping teams working as a Scrum. You might ask what happened. Well, it was not a perfect end of this project. We lost the main goal, which was selling to Telecom Portugal at that time. We were beaten, okay, by Microsoft, so I don't feel so bad about it. Anyway, then it was a change, and we started to make an approach much more of LeSS. So what is LeSS? The LeSS framework is a kind of applying, it's not a kind of, it's applying the Scrum framework, but into a scale model where we have more than one team working to one product, or several products working to the same goal, to the same delivery. Then it is almost the same of one single Scrum team. The difference is that we have various and more than one team aligned with the same sprint, and then we have to align all the deliveries, all the retrospectives, to reach the same goal. Same product owner, the same product, several teams working in the same environment. So the large-scale Scrum approach was in the service quality manager, which I was working until I leave the Nokia project, the Nokia company. I see some people from the SQM project here, which I truly thank you, and they will not allow me to lie. Service quality manager was a kind of less project approach, because it was one product, three development teams, also organized in feature teams. What was the problem that was this product was responding to? It was in the market since the 2000 year, and it needs a rebrand. It needs a renew to even the technologies that were nowadays. So that was the target of renewing the product. We had around 30 people, 25 to 30 developers and testers, around 7 managers, line managers, quality managers, release managers, 3 Scrum teams, as I said, and the target was really automated tests. So very good practice. It was a goal to achieve a common desire, which is we had a product to have a product in a continuous delivery to build, test, and install. And it took us several years to go for that, but it really helped on this product to sell. And even today, I know it is a very successful product until nowadays. During this, we had also we started then the Craig Lerman certifications, which was also a very important part to make the mindset and the knowledge about Scrum and about Agile mindset. Finally, my last experience in Nokia was between 2015 and 18, when the service quality manager product wanted to increase the portfolio offer, integrated into another big product, another big project. One of them, it was integrated in 2 major, the NPM and NetAct, and we're talking about a little bit more than the NetAct, because it was a very very similar approach to what is now the SAFe approach, but just some experience and not the framework itself. It was a huge program. I believe it was around 1,200 people involved around the world, and at least in 5 different locations, like China, Poland, India, Portugal in 2 different locations, and also some teams in US. 20 value streams. Value streams represents kind of a product within another big product. It was a huge challenge to deliver 2 or 3 major releases per year. And in the last year, starting around 2007, this huge product with 20 value streams and 1,200 people had the chance even to deliver per month. They really had the chance to have monthly releases. It was very challenging. It was only possible because of the continuous delivery fully integrated, and we are talking about continuous delivery fully integrated with around 20 value streams around the world, all of these coordinated with automated tests, builds that if they were working not properly, they were automatically rolled back, and that value stream was taking off from the release. Everything was automated, and it was a really huge project. The quality was a must. Every release, even the monthly release, have 005 policy errors, which means 0 in the most severity errors, 0 for the second severity, and only 15 for all the 20 value streams. It really was a goal in the Nokia to have this quality target, which helps a lot to not having problems in the customer problems that has a huge decrease. Also, for the quality, there were, I don't know how it was today, how it is today, but I believe it continues, the RCA and EDA, which means root cause analysis and escape defect analysis, which means that every errors in the client were properly analyzed in these two parts, why it happens and why it escapes us. And it was mandatory to have actions for avoiding the next one to repeat again. Last but not least, release managers were a powerful role in this environment, because they help to align all the value streams to deliver for the same release. So this was a very challenging, and scaling agile is not easy. Of course, we have lots of problems, like sometimes and most of the times when we were targeting to a date, most of the people had to have extra time to achieve the dates. But for the teams, also it's kind of motivating to deliver on time. And the most delay that I see here was 1 week delay. And we are talking about 120 people delivering at the same time, and with at most one week with delay. So it's not easy, it's not cheap, but it's possible. So what I've learned from this my very good path in Nokia, which I strongly keep in my heart. Sorry, my boss is here. She shouldn't come because my ex-boss is here. She shouldn't. And I was not prepared. Start preparing the structure that allows.
Emotional, so I'm so proud.
that allows delivery of product with quality. When I say if you are aiming to have a continuous delivery and build a product with success with continuous delivery, you need to put your structure prepared to that. Builds automatically builds, test automation to guarantee that on the fly you can have your product properly tested. We reached, as far as I remember, the initial goal was 80% of the regression tests were automated, and I believe that that target was huge. So this is the first target, and we overcome this target a lot, mostly around 90%, I believe. Invest on the company culture, trainings, workshops, and involving all the employees at the same room to brainstorm, which means that the most thing that I remember that affected me was when I started to have trainings with the head of our R&D and the guy that was talking to the client in the first line. So the same people in the same room. This makes totally difference. To have all the perspectives of the company in the same room, sharing the perspectives, sharing the problems, and finding the solutions. Get the C-level company sponsorship and involvement. If you don't have your executive boards, your head of your departments involved on this, well, you have all the teams making some scrum and some daily scrums, but you will not pass from that. And last, experiment and be open to change. Nokia is known, as we are talking about here, to experiment, to just drop what failed and moving on. And that's why they didn't disappear at all, because most of the people sometimes ask, but didn't Nokia disappear? It didn't disappear. Nokia just reinvented itself. And the last care for the path while reaching the goal, because if it's the wrong one, you might not get there. Thank you.
So when I start 1 year and a half, I didn't met Sonia. I entered in Nokia, and I saw that things that you share, and even that I saw some things that make sense. For example, Scrum Master is not 100% of Scrum Masters. We do a lot of improvements, yes, but even that I saw that there are some things that we need to improve also. Perhaps because of the years that a company used Agile and start using Agile closed in itself. So sometimes when you are in a company, you forget that outside of that company there are other companies, there are others people that we can share and we can learn also. And that was I'm also a line manager like Filipe, and I, with my guys, don't forget, go visit other companies. For example, three of mine will go to Farfetch to see it. And there is 2 Scrum Masters went to Talkdesk to see how Talkdesk work. So that is very important because we need to share our experience and the good things that we did. And there are guys that are doing great things also. So it's very important to share. So sometimes, of course, we want to improve. We want to improve something. Without changes, of course, we cannot improve. So changes is important. But before respond why safe and why that why, I think that Sonia already explained a little bit things that explain why safe. But before, I want to explain what is safe. Safe is very easy to understand. It's an easy framework, like you see in this picture. Okay, it's very easy. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. In 5 minutes, I will try to explain this easy framework, and it's actually very easy. Okay, so there are 4 levels. So here we have the teams. They are using Scrum. Okay, when we are scaling, we continue to make Agile and continue to make Scrum. Okay. That's the main point here. So a big thing that SAFe brings is here, P-planning. So on P-planning, everybody close in the room 2 days, and when I say everybody, like Sonia said, it's the guy that decide business until the guy who tested, will code it, everything. Okay, everybody is there to explain what is the vision of that teams. So here, we have opportunity to share, opportunity to discuss, to see what is our dependencies, what is my problem. For example, I depend of that team. So, hey guys, I depend of you. I have a problem. If you don't deliver this in that time, I'm not going to deliver also. And that team said, really? I didn't know. So it's called communication? Yeah, I think it's communication. So they communicate here. So they will communicate in this P-planning. So P-planning will plan everything in 3 months. Yeah, you are thinking about it. 3 months? Well, this is not Agile, it's not Scrum. What the hell? Yeah, but when you are in a big company, we have to plan in a different time scope. So, of course, we can share the change here. Nobody wants to not change here. So, here we plan what is objective. Not the things that we're going to do, only to the objectives. So we are going to deliver these and these and these, and how and what, it depends. So we have interactions also, okay, sprints, if you want to bring Scrum here. And at the end of 3 months, we are going to stop, inspect, and adapt. And here, the last one, it's for innovation and planning the next P-planning. Okay, so here everybody stopped to innovate. So make hackathons, making some studies or whatever to innovate and plan the next P-plan. So these here are the teams. Next we have the program. So this level we have the product manager, the system and RTE. So it's the release train engineer. It's the chief of Scrum Masters. Okay, so we have here the Agile teams. We have Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Dev Team, and we have here a guy that push the train. So a train is a group of people that have teams. It's 125 until 125. Why? You are thinking, why 100, not 100? Why 2,000 or 200, whatever? Well, there is an explanation here. Our brain are only prepared to do 125 social relations. So if you, for example, in Brazil, have a guy that decided each time that the company arrive on 125, well, it's time to create a new company. So he have to change everything, you know? So he believes that it's more efficient. So they decided to also to do the train. So the train have teams, have the product management, have the system architecture and FTE. So everybody works on a backlog. So everything that everybody do, we have the backlog. Okay. So this is a value stream, but imagine that you have a value stream with a lot of trains. So this is called solution. Okay. A solution is a group of trains. Okay, but they work in the same value stream. For example, if you have a product, okay, and for example, imagine the Spotify. Remember Spotify model? Who knows Spotify model? Okay, Spotify model works like this. So they have teams like this, and they work on the same product. Okay, so imagine a team only do the play, and every feature is on the play on the Spotify. It's there. So they integrate everything on the same product. Here it's the same. So we have a solution train with trains. And after we have portfolio, when we can see and manage the strategy, the budget, everything. So when we see Scrum, when we see Kanban, well, nobody talk about management. Okay? Nobody talk about management there. So SAFe brings some things, good things, and of course, it's not good things, also brings bad things. If you want to know more in KIA, you can ask me. And yeah, so here on SAFe, we work on Lean and Agile. Okay, so here, the House of Lean, and I want to share only things is, the goal is to bring value. Okay, with what? With respect, using flow, using innovation, and we need to improve. Okay? But the most important also, it's the foundation is the leadership. Without supporting the leadership, by leadership, well, we're not going to create value. Okay? They also have the mindset. So SAFe give us a different mindset. And to change mindset of people is very hard. Very, very hard. It's very easy to understand SAFe. It's very easy to understand SAFe, Scrum, Kanban, whatever. But mindset, to create mindset, the way that we are going to resolve the problem, actually, the problem is not the problem. The problem is how we see the problem. That is the problem. Okay? The people seeing the problem. That is the key. So, values very quickly. So, alignment. SAFe brings alignment, quality, transparency, and program execution. And one thing that I want to share, of course, you can Google. I'm not going to say these principles. I want to talk only about this. Okay? I'm people-oriented, so I like to work with people, with a process. Agile bring me some mindset, yes, and makes sense totally. And I use Agile also in my way of work and living. And here, this one is very important. We decentralize decision making. Okay? Why is that? Because we divide it in layers and explain how layers will work. So typically, a company wants the solution of the problem. They don't want to think about the problem. How are we going to scale Scrum? Okay? Usually the big companies want, we can build something, a new framework. For example, one person that worked in Nokia asked me, why Nokia don't create their framework? Because it's hard. Because we need to improve, we need to do a lot of things. It's very hard to do that. Of course, it's more easy to do it this way. So this is a way. Let's experiment. And why safe on Nokia software? Why not? Why not? Well, but it's fun. So it's, why not is not well, here it's because of portfolio. We need to, well, on a team level, we are very good. Like Sonia said, everything went very well. And we work a lot with quality. Remember the values? Quality, okay? Transparency, yes, it brings about Scrum. Alignment, a few, okay? And program execution, yeah, a few. But we need to improve this. So we decided to start the journey in the train. So this is some numbers, actual numbers. So we have 160 products, 5,000 engineers in 21 locations. We have also 189 agile teams. A near future will be this number. We have 7 value streams, 100 SPCs, and I'm going to explain in the next slide what is this, guys. It's me, by the way, one of them. And 28 agile release trains. In the near future, we are going to arrive in this number, and we have 5 solution trains. So imagine, you already see the numbers. Well, it's very difficult to manage this big, a lot of trains. Yeah, for sure, but we need alignment, so SAFe can bring that. So how can we implement SAFe on the company? SAFe is very good in that. Actually, don't forget, everything is a business. SAFe is a business. Scrum is a business. Agile is a business. Okay? Everybody wants to win money on anything. Okay? SAFe is not different. So, but they prepare very well their business. So they first, well, right? Okay, first, they decided to create a training that tried to sell the manager at the top levels, well, what is SAFe and why we need SAFe. After they buy it and decided, yeah, let's go SAFe, what we are going to do? Well, we try to figure out the change agents, the people that will help the organization to start changing. These guys, the followers, okay? So they are going to influence others. After we are going to train the leaders, we identify the value stream, create a plan to do something. You're going to do trainings for all the people to explain what is SAFe. And yeah, it's the same actually, okay? One thing, I want to share with you one thing, wait. For me, this drawing is bad, it's wrong, okay? I put the teams on the left side and everything on the right, because the team always in down, okay? This is explained a little bit hierarchy, okay? If you change a little bit the drawing, perhaps can help the mindset, okay? It's one thing that I want to share with you guys. So we are here, okay? We are coaching the training. So we start this journey in November. So we prepared everything, the trainings, and here SPCs, the 100 guys that you saw in the last slide, is the guys that will want to influence others to use SAFe. Okay, so the implementation, well, we need only the roadmap. And well, what we are going to, what changed on when we started working with SAFe? First, we had the product owners outside of the teams. So when we call the Scrum team, we are only seeing the Scrum Master and the Dev team. The product owners, it was outside of the teams. Yeah, I put it. No, I'm opposite because I want to go to here. Thank you. So the main thing that we decided to change is the product owners should be in on the teams because we need agile teams. And good things happen. People are talking. They feel that product owner, that is the proxy, the user proxy, it's nearby them. The decision the decision on the agile team is better. This is one thing that we win using SAFe. You can say, yeah, but without SAFe you could do that. Yes, but Exponent try to do in 500 people and change this thing. Okay, and this is what a win. Okay, Scrum Master. Well, we had some Scrum Masters 100%, others, and usually we don't have it. So we decided to let's do the Scrum Master 100%. Again, good things happen. Okay, because the teams start to be more efficient. It's too early. I think that we can improve more. And one thing, of course, is alignment using P-planning. P-planning is when everybody is there. Talking about, imagine, I was afraid. When I did the training of SAFe teams, I was a lot afraid. On the lunch, on the second day, after the simulation of the P-planning, I arrived home because I work nearby of Nokia in Aveiro. And I arrived to lunch, and my wife asked me, "What happened, Ricardo?" And it was very sad, because this is not going to go well. Because the P-planning simulation was so bad, so bad, so bad. People discussing, people didn't understand what they have to do, they didn't understand the requirements, and my wife asked me, "But this is bad?" And I said, "Oh God, my wife is coaching me." Normally it's opposite. Actually, when I tried with my daughter, she said, "Stop asking me things, okay? Say what I have to do." It was very strange in that moment. But an afternoon, I was, yeah, it makes sense. And what happened in P-planning, on the replay planning? Very good things happen. One team, I'm going to explain the agenda to explain a little bit more. So first, the business will explain what is the vision, what they want to do, what the client wants, what we have to do, the architecture, we need to use this technology, and everybody understand. After lunch, very important, the lunch, this is team breakout. Team breakout is when the team start to see what we have to do, what are our goals, what is our objectives. And here happened the magic thing. One team, before 5 minutes of the end of team breakout, the product manager arrived and see the P objectives. This don't make sense. And they said, "What? This is not make sense." They said, "What? 3 hours of work is no way." And the product manager, yeah, it makes sense. They stopped, the Scrum Master appeared and said to the team, "Hey guys, great! Now we have the opportunity to change. Imagine that if you start working and do things, and when you start to demo things, the product manager said, no way, and we lose money, because time is money." So here, in 2 days, we learn a lot of things. So after the teams decided what is the goal, the objectives, they explain what will be the goals. And at the end, this is the best part, the worst part, is when the management, so management is product manager, FTA, solution manager, well, everybody that decides business, okay? Everything on the business level, they stop here to think. And there was a lot of problems here. One thing, a stupid thing, vacations. I said vacations? Yeah, because our Erhard decided that we need to use all the vacation of the last year until April, the end of the April. And we saw that in that month, nobody worked. And we had a release on that month. And so here we decided to, yeah, let's call to the guys who decided and start the calling, send message, and the problem, and resolve the problem here. So, and there was another problem. This is very simple, or example of can be happen here. In the second day, the management said, no problems with vacations. Now you can use it until June. Now we have people working for that release. Unblock that problem. And the teams, again, remake everything, the adjustments they need to do on the next 3 months. So, after, again, review of the goals, we see the risk of the programs, we discuss 5 minutes. Yeah, don't worry, everything controlled. So, confidence vote. Confidence vote is when everybody vote on what is the confidence to finish all the objectives on that PA. Okay? So 1 to 5. When we say 1, 2, 3, everybody vote. And we collect, and we did the average, and if less 3, then we have a problem. So we call Houston. Houston, we have a problem. And then we have to plan reward. And the end time is this one. Yeah, it's not defect, okay? We don't know. Everybody on the train have to resolve that problem. Okay? We need to do in the next 3 months, and we need to resolve what problems that we didn't stock and we want to drop. And we did a retrospective. So, what we have to do in the next 3 months, so it's the first pre-planning, we need to improve a lot of things. Yeah, it's not Nokia talking to me. Yeah, no, don't worry, don't worry. It's Nokia talking to me. Yeah, what you are doing? Because on YouTube, you are fired. So we improve a lot of things. We need to improve pre-planning because we have 2 locations. Okay, we had a lot of problems using the video conference. It was a mess. It was a mess. Okay, we need to improve that. On the pre-planning, Scrum Masters didn't know what to do because they had 2 teams and they didn't decide what team I have to help, this team or that team. We had a lot of things that we need to improve. Another thing is we have a role that is line manager that help the people to involve or to grow like professionals. So the line managers, where I'm going to work in SAFe. Usually, typically managers, when we change something in a transformation, that is the question. What is my role here in SAFe? Actually, very important. They can influence others to use SAFe in the correctly way, but they have to learn. Scrum Masters. Yeah, Scrum Masters still are facing some pains because they want to help the teams and they usually code things and they want to code again everything. It's very hard to them. Well, we need the release train engineers because we had one that temporarily and then need another one, new one. And this profile is very important because it's the person who will push the train. The person is the conscious voice. So he needs to ask good questions to the train to understand what the train are doing wrong or correctly. And of course, we need to go to portfolio. We are working, so this is a work in progress. Okay? Because the train is working for a product, we need a portfolio on level portfolio. And we need to improve that. We need the portfolio level to see the budget, to see the strategy. Otherwise, we are going on the train, we know the destination, but we don't know the way. Okay? So, who are you, Sonia?
Okay, so, who am I? My name is Sonia, Sonia1. Currently, I'm working as Agile coach and I'm also responsible for the Agile Competence Center in EDP. I study math in Coimbra. No one? Okay. Math. Okay. Yeah. I was a trainer during 2 years when I was still studying in my degree. I was working in a marketing project in Samsung for 2 years. Then I joined Siemens as a C++ developer. C++? Anyone? Yeah, cool. As software developer in Nokia, Scrum Master, and DP. Ricardo.
Yeah, very good. What's that? No. In my clock it's 3 minutes. 1 minute. Yeah, it's because it's my 1 minute fame, actually. So it's very simple. My name is Ricardo. I work as a developer. I also had a mathematics degree. It was very strange for me starting mathematics, and now I am people-oriented. So what is that? So yeah, very hard. It's not people art is 0 1s. Yeah, it's not that. It's very fun how my path go by line manager, agile coach. I pass over product owner. Also, it was this step is very difficult because people oriented, you know, code oriented, people oriented, product oriented. It was very pain, but I learned a lot as a product owner, and I was an agile coach, and now I'm line manager. So September I'm not going to be line manager. I'm going to be agile coach in Nokia, and yeah, I have 2 kids, a wife. I live in Aveiro. I'm crazy, do a lot of things, and well, that's everything. So yeah, many thanks. If you want to do snake game, yes.